Hello and welcome to Across the Grooves. This is a visual novel type game where it's about a girl named Alice, which is this character here on the main menu screen, who has her world turned upside down when she discovers an unusual vinyl record. That's about all I know about this, so let's get started. Across the Grooves is an interactive graphic novel. During your adventure, you will be asked to make choices that will define how your story progresses. One of your decisions influences the personality of the main character, Alice. One or two symbols line up on the top of the screen. The spiral, the lightning, the flower, and the skull. Across the Grooves, someone sings a song. Oh, it's a musical type visual novel? Oh, that's cool. When that's the case, the lyrics will be displayed in the special dialogue bubbles like this one. Oh, okay. Of course you can keep on reading at your own rhythm, but if you want to hear the full song, you'll have to adjust your reading speed to the rhythm of the lyrics. Across the Grooves, your progress is saved automatically, with some of your choices always leads to different scenarios. Possible to lose in Across the Grooves. Choose wisely. Alice? The phone buzzes again as I'm putting on my blouse. Alice, can you get there please? At this time in the morning, it's probably delivery. Wonder what John Baptiste has ordered this time. Let's answer it. Quickly finished dressing, hurried to answer the interphone. The man who I thank for his patience tells me in a toneless voice that yes, there is a package for me. A few minutes later, I'm back in my kitchen. Made myself a coffee and, with a sense of boding, I look at the flat, a square packaging which dominates the kitchen table. John Baptiste comes to the kitchen, absently buttoning his shirt. Jerks his head towards the package and peers at me. What's that? I think it's a record, a vinyl. The shape of the package is so distinctive that my guess is almost a certainty. The handwriting leaves me no possible doubt. I recognize the hesitant, disjointed handwriting of Ulysses, a record store owner with whom I shared several years of my life before I met John Baptiste. A little over 3 years ago. As I've no news from Ulysses since the night we split up, getting a package from him is unexpected to say the least. John Baptiste gives me a quizzical stare. We have nothing to hide, might as well tell the truth. I think it was Ulysses that sent it to me. Yeah, the skull lit up. Uh-oh. Don't like that. Your ex? Yes, I'm as surprised as you are. So I haven't been in contact with him since we broke up. John Baptiste moves closer and strokes his fingers gently through my hair. Should open it. Maybe there's an explanation. You was part of your life for a long time, and you were part of his. Guess if he's decided to contact you now it must... it's something important. You're right. Gotta run. Father has some big Chinese clients coming in to the castle at lunchtime. Had to organize a meeting with the cellar master. Plants a quick kiss on my lips. Shall we meet up at the... whatever that is in the evening? Might finish late. Knowing that we planned dinner this evening with my brother and my sister-in-law. Yes, okay, let's meet up there. It's easier. I wait, listening for his footsteps to go down the stairs, fade before I return to the kitchen to open the package. Need a little privacy to deal with the intrusion of this ghost from my past. Grab a large chef's knife from the worktop and slide it along the fold, cleanly slicing the steel brown packing tape. Side there is a record, 45.8 7-inch as the English call them. It's protected by a new sleeve, white card without anything written that could give me some idea what's actually pressed into the grooves. Knowing Euler's passion for rare records is probably a white label. Test pressing. Sent to the record company by the factory. Check the track order and the general sound quality before mass producing the record. Carefully slide the record out of its jacket. No label in the middle to tell me more of its contents. What's supposed to be the A side is cut in one single piece, which leaves one to suppose it's A45. As for the B side, it's bare of any grooves. Black shiny surface of the record seems to reflect my confusion back at me. Why? Particularly, why now? Been more than 3 years since Euler's vanished from my life. 3 years without a word. What could have driven him to send me a record now without the least of explanations? I checked the clock on the wall above the door. I still have 15 minutes before I need to leave for the office, which leaves me plenty of time to listen to the record. Can't last more than 5 minutes, maybe 7, 8 maximum. Also notice in the corner here, there's this little page that's a lexicon, a white label. Okay, so yeah, that just gives us a definition for some words. Got it. Pick up the packaging to put it in the waste bucket and take a moment to inspect it again. Checking there's no note or anything hidden in a fold. Nothing. No return address either. Postmark tells me that the parcel was posted from Paris, 10th arrondissement. Take the record, then hesitate again. Do I really want to revisit the past now before work? Wouldn't it be better to wait till this evening? Ooh. Do I do it now, or... Okay, I say we listen to the record, because why wait for the inevitable? Sign not. This can't wait. In any case, if I don't listen to the record now, I won't be able to think of anything else all day. Go to the living room. Hi-Fi has been regulated to a corner of the room behind the couch. As I look at the corner of the turntable, dust floats up into the room. Jean prefers the background noise of the TV, so naturally I stopped listening to music since we moved in together. Plug in the headphones and put them over my ears. Now I know I'm going to try and sing. Okay, never mind, they're going to actually sing it for me. Good. You guys did.
Glittering in the drizzling rain, I take the last turn on my cigarette. A door opens, a door opens. One spills out through a crack, a distant drum beat rolls louder. A thunderstorm, you look at me, inviting me in.
I follow you?
I follow you inside. To draws my pain, to draws my pain. In this sea of others together. And tearing me apart.
I'm sorry, but all I can think of is, you're tearing me apart, Lisa.
You're the one
Sorry to ruin the mood of the song.
resistance, but it's me who's shrinking. I'm becoming someone else in your absence.
You're already apart. Look, didn't mean to skip all that.
Already apart, even in your presence.
Felix? Tansy gazes at me sadly. Remember this evening perfectly. The day I met Jean Baptiste. And this is the day Ulyss and I said goodbye. We'd broken up a week earlier, but we had tickets for this concert. Told myself that I didn't want to miss out, that I could handle it, the two of us sharing the same space for just a couple of hours. Big mistake. Hadn't anticipated the wrench I would feel in my heart when I saw him. Yes? Just came to see if you were okay. I'm sorry? Yes, I'm sorry too. Those Louise's eyes, remorseful. I'm going to go. It was a bad idea. I shouldn't have come here tonight. Goes out the door and moves away. For a moment I falter. Perhaps I should let him go. Does as he does in my memory. Should push my way to the bar, order a double whiskey and let Jean Baptiste buy it for me. Then go for a coffee with him a few days later. Ulyss stops and looks at me startled. He tries to catch up with him. What a strange dream. Why did you send me a record? A record? I didn't send you any record. Yes, you did. It arrived this morning. My sleeve, no label. Does that ring a bell? Ulyss looks terrified. You weren't supposed to listen to it. Listen, Alice. You have to go back to the bar. You have to do everything like the first time, like in your memory. It may still be time to avoid disaster. Oh? What disaster? Ulyss, please tell me. I need to understand. Everything I've done, I did for you. Trust me, Alice. Promise you don't want to know more. Around us, the world is beginning to break apart. It's too late. Hear the rhythm far away. Rushes towards me like a galloping horse. I'm engulfed by the music once more.
You're tearing me apart. I'm shrinking. You're the one who grows this end. But it's me who's shrinking. I'm becoming someone else in your absence. Breathing in, breathing out. The variations of me, I tear myself apart. I'm shrinking, I stretch my wings out. I'm someone else, and then I myself again.
Chapter 1. See where I am, sat by the record player, stars circling the central groove, an increasing hiss in my ears. Did I fall asleep? What happened? Take off the headphones and replace the tone arm on its rest. Try to get my thoughts in order. I thought of Euless and I haven't thought of Euless in months. Never understood why we broke up. The relationship worked. Little by little, Euless became distant. Threw myself into my studies, probably neglected him. Our twin orbits diverged. One day, he was gone from my life. Should I have fought? Should I have tried to save what we built together? Would it have changed anything? Met John. It was charming. It was easy. Then I learned from Mark that Euless had left that place. Life went on. I finished my studies. Found a job in a bank. Moved in together, Sean and I. Quickly settled into a routine. Weeks, months, years passed without me really noticing. Is this truly happiness? Or is it only a comfortable status quo that I've never had the courage to challenge? A strange sensation, as if I'd suddenly woken from a long sleep. Sleep that lasted for years. Check the time. 9:35. Going to be late if I don't leave right now. Put on my coat and set off on the short walk between the apartment and the branch office of the bank where I work. Go into the bank, say hi to Martine on the counter, then I shut myself in my office. A stack of files to deal with, but I can't concentrate. Stop at the apartment after work to take a shower and change. Then hop on a tram to join Marie, Robin, and John at the restaurant. Open the door of the restaurant and plunge into the warm fog. The hubbub punctuated by the gurgle of the espresso machine. Oh, so it's actually like a cafe type thing, not a restaurant. I mean, similar things, but oh well. John loves this place. It's just under his old apartment. Plus, Marie and Robin don't live far away. They just had a baby and an evening out from time to time. It's like a breath of fresh air for them. Pass to the bar and say hi to Mikkel, the owner. He is surprised to see me, but before I can kiss him hello, he is called away for an order from the other side of the counter. At the end of the room, Robert is waving to me. Sit down opposite him. At the end of the table, there's a pram. Marie's gone out to take a call. Is everything alright? Oh yes, guessing it's more problems with the christening. I hadn't had anything idea what kind of nightmare it was going to be. I never let that priest get his claws into my progeny's spiritual life. And I guess it's nice to maintain traditions. That was important to Marie's parents. It's a great tradition, isn't it? You don't get many opportunities to get all the family friends together for a big party. You really get the feeling that people are getting more worked up about this than they do about weddings. And yet, you're not married, so we can't really say that you got a reliable point of reference. Robin laughs. That's true, but I promise you I'm immune after all this nonsense. Lean over the pram. Maybe he's fast asleep. That's my favorite little niece. You can see how she enjoys the hustle and bustle, just like Irani. Put my hand on my shoulder. It's Marie. She's back, phone in hand. We hug. Sorry, I had to take a call for work. You think they'd just been leaving all the files on my desk for me to deal with after my maternity leave? So, how's things with you? Do we speak about the record or not? Sure, let's gossip. Breathe out a sigh. Oh, you're not gonna believe this, but got a package from Euless this morning. Euless, your ex? Himself. That's surprising, isn't it? You broke up, what, 3 years ago? What was in the package? A record. Vinyl. That's all? No note? Nothing? No, just a record, without any explanation. Ah yes, I remember, the record store guy, right? Why you guys broke up. I don't know why you guys broke up, he was really cool. He glares at Robin, who buries himself back in the wine list. So, no, nothing? It's odd, isn't it? Yeah. What was on the record? Did you listen to it? Yes, 45, no label, no idea of the artist or the group. Try to remember the music itself, but I can't seem to recall the melody. It sounded kinda psychedelic, probably from the 60s. A whole load of memories came flowing back when I listened to it. It's really weird. I really felt like I was actually living the past, the night when Euless and I broke up. Still, it's a little out of order for him. No news for years and he sends you a record now, without any explanation. So anyway, what are you gonna do? Well, I'm definitely going to investigate. Really need to find out what's going on. Euless decided to send me a record after 3 years of radio silence. It must be important to him. I think I'll start by going round to his record store tomorrow on the way back from the office. But I thought Euless had left this place. He did, but I think that Mark, his former partner, is the most likely person to know what happened to him. Marie nods. Good thinking. Listen, I don't want to hurry you, but can we order? So we can get home before the next feed. Aren't we going to wait for Sean? Marie and Robert look at me bemused. Sean? Yes, he was seeing some Chinese customers today, but he shouldn't be much longer. Alice, who's Sean? Ooh, things just got interesting. I don't know what to say. Can I not know who Sean is? Sean, my boyfriend? You know, we had dinner with you quite a few times. We spent a weekend together this summer on the bay, don't you remember? Marie looks worried. Robin is glancing around nervously. Let out a shaky laugh. You're kidding me, right? Are you sure you're okay, Alice? I saw on the bay you were with Arthur. You broke up 2 or 3 weeks after. You never introduced us to any Sean. Robert nods in agreement. I don't understand. Don't remember any Arthur. My head is spinning. Stand up, sports dance in front of my eyes. One rushes to catch me on the shoulder. You're scaring me. Are you alright? Yes, I need some air. Turn and hurry through the cafe. I may hear Marie say to Robin, let it go. Call her tomorrow. Then I'm out in the street. Cool night air helps me collect my thoughts. A little further away on the sidewalk, I make out the familiar shape of Sean, smoking a cigarette. Sean that I knew has stopped smoking. We stopped together. From my coat pocket, I pull out a packet of Galicias, half empty. Shouldn't be there. No rational explanation why I should have a packet of smokes on me. Unless Sean has seen me, smiles at me. Can't stay here, staring at him from a distance. I had to take a decision, but I don't know if I should turn away or go and talk to him. I hesitate. Oh. Let's go nearer, see what happens. I go nearer. Sean rummages through his pockets and holds a lighter out to me. Notice that I still have the pack of cigarettes in my hand. Take one out and let him light it for me. You alright? He looks at me, his manner, they aren't those of someone who shared several years of my life. Doesn't remember me, us, either. It's at this precise moment that something that was just an impression, a suspicion, kind of out there thought which couldn't actually happen in real life strikes me full force. This man who was making plans for the future with just yesterday, watching me with indifference, mildly disturbed by my distress. I'm a stranger to him, and it hurts badly. Now there he is, right in front of me, waiting for me to answer. Let's try and have a conversation, I guess. It's fine, thanks. It's just that, how should I say it? My day's been emotional. I get exactly what you mean. I'm a slippery slope which I decided not to continue down. Don't know how I'll react if he asks me what's happened in my day. I know he's about to do just that. Have we met already? Your face looks familiar. I don't think so. I don't remember you. Do you often drink here? Nods towards the window behind me. Maybe you just saw me in there sometime. I come here a lot. I know. Maybe. Probably. Sean drops his cigarette and crushes it with his foot. Sorry, but I have to go. Do you want me to ask Mikhail to get you a taxi? No, that's kind, but it's fine. He heads back at the barista, then changes his mind and returns to pick up his cigarette. He takes a chance to look at me again, as if he was searching for an elusive memory, or a word on the tip of the tongue. Flashes me an embarrassed smile, accompanied by a good night, before disappearing into the bistro. Stay where I am, in the cold, dragging my cigarette, my heart in my shoes. Then I turn away and head up the street towards the tram stop. The other thing I do when I get back to the apartment is to bolt the door behind me. I had the feeling of being followed on my way home. Probably being a bit paranoid, but well, who knows. Someone breaking into my home during the night would really just top my day off. Second thing I do is to go into the bedroom and open Sean's side of the closet. Not particularly surprised to find it full of my old clothes, things I thought I'd gotten rid of. Go to the balcony and light a cigarette. As I stand musing, I look at the apartment, and I'm aware of a number of small differences that I hadn't noticed earlier in the day. No phone charger or small coins in the bowl on the dresser in the hall. The old games console, which had never been plugged back in since the move, is no longer on its shelf under the TV. Big photo of New York has been replaced by a tattered old poster from a regional rock music festival. Rockwood, though, still dominates the kitchen table, exactly where I left it earlier in the day. Seems impossible, but it's as if by putting the 45 on the turntable, truly returned to my past. As if by choosing to run after Euless that the night we broke up, I hadn't met John at the bar. As if I'd returned to a present when I'm single, when John and I never met. I could try listening to the record again to get to the bottom of this, but I'm afraid of making things worse. If it really does have the power to change my past, it could have catastrophic consequences on my life. What did they call it again? The butterfly effect? I hope Mark will help me to clear all this up. At least he should be able to tell me what has happened to Euless. I grab my phone and leave an apologetic message for Marie, assuring her that everything is fine and I'm sorry I slipped away so early. Then I cross the cigarette and crawl under my covers and hope for sleep. Very, very interesting. So we got a magical vinyl record on our hands. Wonder why Euless decided to give it to us. Out of all times. Yeah, Saint Michael. Realized that I've hardly set foot in this district since I split with Euless. Store that Mark shared with Euless is in a little semi-pedestrian street on a corner. Used to come by here almost every day after my college classes a few years ago. Oh, at least it's still here, because I had a brief moment where I thought, oh god, if it's changed then the record store might not be here then. When I push open the door, I'm assailed by the characteristic odour of old records, similar yet distinct from the smells of old books. The big speakers fixed to the ceiling blare out a Strudian fuzz guitar solo at a volume theoretically much too high for a business establishment. I'd be incapable of saying whether it was some obscure 70s garbage band or post-rock movement contemporaries trying to imitate their elders. Mark is reading the sleeve with interest. Only when I reached the other side of the counter does he deign to look up. Smiles at me, then murmurs something incomprehensible in the din. Gestures to him that I can't hear anything, pointing to my ears. Claps his hand at me to wait, then turns the volume on his amp down to something better adapted to conversation. I was saying, this local band pretty powerful, huh? I signed them up for an EP. I just got the pressing. What's amazing with Mark is that even if we hadn't seen each other for probably over a year, it behaves like as if we had spent yesterday evening together. Hi Mark, you okay? Everything cool, thanks. And you? What brings you down here? Have you heard from Euless lately? No. Mike seems a little surprised at the question. Now you mention it, it's been an age. Last I heard he was in Paris. But when I say last, that was 6 months ago. Oh, didn't mean it. Okay, on. Look at the... Okay, yeah, we got that, but... Yeah, I called him for a customer who was looking for Magma Originals. Yeah, it's true we kind of lost contact since. Mark breaks off. Guess that in some way must blame me for a little for what happened between Euless and me, seeing as how our breakup almost cost him his business partner. Anyway, so no news on Euless lately. Why do you ask? Yeah, he sent me a record. How to get straight to the point? He sent me a record. Record? Yes, no explanation, no return address, nothing. Just a vinyl record in a package. To tell you the truth, the only clue that told me it came from him was his handwriting for the address. Mike watches me with an odd intensity. Did I spark his interest when I mentioned the record? Or was it something else? Concern? Or fear? Can you describe the record for me? I could do better than that. I had to fish the record out of my bag when Mark gestured to me to stop. He was someone who's rummaging in the reggae Afrobeat box behind me. Hey, sir? His tongue turns with an air of feigned innocence. The guy in his 50s wears a black leather biker jacket and snug matching pants. His hair, which is slicked back rockabilly style, is considering his age. The improbable uniform like of a bottle of hair dye. Can I help you? Guy grumbles in discontent, shakes his head and saunters towards the exit. Mike waits for the closed door to ring the bell hanging above it before continuing. That guy follow you by any chance? Follow me? Yes, follow you. How should I put it? Have you had the feeling that you've been watched since you received the record? Oh. Yeah, I've had the feeling. Yes, I had the feeling of being followed yesterday evening on my way home. But, well, I figured I was being paranoid. Why, was somebody tailing me? Anyway, why would you suspect that guy, especially? I can't repress a smile. Two things. Old Rockabilly who I don't know in my shop. Then endangered species. I guarantee they all come in here, no exceptions. At least once a week for a coffee or a beer. They don't buy anything, but they're cool and they always got amazing stories to tell. Okay, that seems like a bit of a stretch, but never mind. And guy in leather and boots going through the Afrobeat books for 10 minutes. If that's not suspicious, I burst out laughing. Okay, that is very suspicious, you're right. Michael leans over the counter to check who is actually in his shop. There's only a couple of students cleaning the depths of the shop, and a guy meticulously comparing the covers of 2 copies of Frank Zappa's Hot Rats, headphones on the open access turntable clamped over his ears. Okay, the coast is clear. I took the record from my bag and placed it on the counter. 45, white label. A test printing? No scribe numbers in the groove. One of the 2 sides is a mirror side. Mark smiles. You haven't forgotten the jargon then? After all the time I spent with Ulysses, I think it's lodged in my brain forever. You can put it away. I know what it is. Really? No white label. It's an acetate. Probably butchering that, but a single copy. That's why there's no matrix number. Put the record back in my bag. I suppose you don't recognize it. Ulysses unearthed it a while before you split up. It was the only record he wanted to keep when he left. Which meant I had to buy his share of the stock. I would have preferred that he take the psychedelic shelf. It would have saved me taking out a bank loan. Did you listen to it? Yes, I put it in on once on the headphones. That's quite enough for me. Oh, yeah? Look, I'm no angel, right? Know the effects of psychedelics, mushrooms, LSD, whatever those are, salvia. I tried pretty much everything. I never had a trip like that one. Like the one that record told me on. What did you see? What did the record show you? Mike takes a deep breath and looks away. It's personal. Took me back to a moment in my life that I'd rather forget. A turning point, I guess you'd call it. Do you risk asking him, or...? Yeah. Okay, I understand. I don't particularly want to go over the experience again either. At least not until I know a bit more. Mike smiles. There's quite a few legends going around about the recording, you know. Some people claim that it's the last recording of a Delta bluesman who made a pact with the devil. I mean, isn't there a rumor that, like, a few singers do make a pact with the devil? I'm pretty sure there was, like, a conspiracy theory about it, and, like, that's why certain, like, singers died at, like, I think it was, like, 35 or something. Anyway, it's kind of a holy grail of record collectors, if you see what I mean. There are plenty of crazies who say it's got magical powers. Oh, you, I'd be very careful. Haruka attracts trouble. Like the guy that was following me? And to be honest, it makes me pretty anxious about Ulysses. It's obviously the most precious thing he possesses. Him sending it to you by post like that, that's not a good sign. After everything you've just told me, yes, it is worrying. Do you have his telephone number? Simple thing would be to try and reach him for a start, right? Mark nods and picks up the handset. Hangs up a few seconds later. Send me to his answer phone, telling me my correspondent's voicemail box is full, which isn't totally surprising with Ulysses. We're interrupted by the sound of the bell which hangs above the door. Young woman dolled up 50s style approaches the counter. With a knowingly charming smile, she asks Mark, "There are any tickets left for the St. Emilion Jazz Festival?" Mark takes a ticket from beneath the counter and makes the sale. Gaze after the young woman after she leaves. Mark clears his throat loudly at me, watches me with a smirk. Realized that I was probably staring at his customer so hard that he noticed. A style would suit you. Do you think? Surprised to find myself considering the possibility. And again, it's not as if my job gives me much leeway fashion-wise. Oh no, I'm not persuaded that my bosses would find it quite as cool as you do. What's in your head going into finance? A personal finance advisor in a little city centre bank in this city. Not exactly what I call going into finance. Anyway, what were we saying? Ulysses is possible to reach, and that's not really surprising. I'll give you his address if you want. Do you want to go out to Paris sometime for work? Mark grabs paper and a pen. It can happen, but like once a year, max. In any case, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Same for me. I just got back from vacation. Be kind of tricky to justify a trip to Paris. Written down his number 2, just in case. Mark gives me the paper. First to hear anything calls the other, right? I nod. Thanks, Mark. You could drop by more often. It's good to see you. As they say, don't be a stranger. Yeah, you're right. You're right, I'll try to come by more often in the future. Apartment looks like a bomb site. And it sounds like something was wrong as soon as I entered the communal areas. The door of the apartment was already ajar when I pushed it open, and I prepared myself for the spectacle I was about to confront. Every square centimeter has been carefully searched, every closet emptied, every drawer turned out. Picked up a cushion which lays on the living room floor and placed it on the couch before dropping down next to it, dejected. I realized that Mark's warnings weren't unfounded. Someone really wants that record. That person is ready to enter my home while I'm away to achieve their ends. Was it that old rockabilly who was spying on me in the record store? Didn't seem particularly dangerous. On the other hand, Rocco with the power to change the past. I totally understand that someone might want to get a hold of it, even if that means breaking a few laws along the way. Guess there's a few things that I might be tempted to change myself. All have our regrets, our missed opportunities. Glance at the turntable. Been thrown on the floor, and a tone arm has fallen under the dresser. Just as well, at least I won't be tempted to listen to it again. At least not until I have a better understanding of how the record works. At the moment, the only solid lead I have is Ulysses. Take my phone and dial the number that Mark gave me. Maybe I'll be luckier than him. You never know. Apparently not, because I'm also woken by the recorded operator's voice telling me in a monotone voice that your correspondent's voicemail is full. Beneath the number, there's an address in St. Owen. I know what I have to do. The advantage of my enforced celibacy is that the logistics and organization of the journey are much simpler. Call Robin to let him know I'm going. Explain the situation as rationally as possible, bidding, of course, any tales of pacts with the devil. He's kind enough to agree to take care of getting my locks replaced. Also leave a message for my boss at the bank to notify him of my absence. Trying to throw a few things in a suitcase and jump on a tram, and I'm at a station. 1 hour later, board a train to Paris. Now, we're not just gonna clean up our apartment.